It was a crap game, personally. I thought it was a shit game.
Oh man, how are we even friends?
Oh, you think we're friends? Oh, that's cute.
Hey, and welcome back. It is Monday, June 3rd, and this is another episode of the Bamsters News. With me today, I have Senor Bam Havoc.
Good morning, afternoon, and good night. Guys, welcome to this week's news. Yes, we have some interesting tidbits for you guys today, and Draconis has kindly allowed me to join him on this little discussion about news. Yay!
So we got some stuff for E3, other video games either out or coming out, and a huge potential rumor that we'll save towards the end. But so first up, E3 stuff, because E3 is just around the corner. Rebellion has unveiled their lineup for E3. Well, they've unveiled 2/3 of their lineup. Evil Genius 2 will finally be making its way out. So for fans of the original, strategy based and kind of dungeon building sim where you play as this Austin Powers Mr. Evil type genius, building up your base, trying to take over the world. 15 years in the waiting, it looks like, but now it looks like the second one is finally coming out.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily too... I'm not really fussed about it, to be fair, honestly, it doesn't really pique any of my interest, which is a sad thing, really. I was kind of hoping it would, but again, I'm sorry, mate, no.
Nah, this is one for G, because these simulation games aren't really anything up my alley either.
Yeah, no, I agree. This has definitely been put in here for the G, so G, go check it out and come report back to us what it's like, because, wow, bro. Wow.
But the next one that they talked about that they're going to show off at the show is something that I definitely would like to take a look at. Sniper Elite VR. So, did you play any of the original Sniper Elite games, Bam?
I did. I tell you what, Sniper Elite, it got boring, and it became a bit tedious, but it was still a good game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The sneaky sneaks and the snappy snaps and the exploding testicles were always a good watch. But let's face it. After a while, the sort of kill cams and the sort of bullet speeds, whatever, it got a bit old. So, but it's still a good game. That's my only sort of criticism with it, really, honestly. But when you go for the dick shots, a lot of fun.
Well, now I'm going to get to try that in VR.
Oh, yes, the VR 3D action of an exploding testicle.
Yeah, right up in your face. So that, and they've kept mum on whatever the third title is going to be. They just keeps calling it a major unannounced title, and so some of the rumors I'm seeing is that it may be another Judge Dredd game. But that'll get announced during the PC gaming show at E3. And Bam, I think you brought something that was rather interesting to me for E3, this next thing on the list.
Oh, I really was hoping you'd announce it. Yeah, look, seriously, when it comes to E3, the only game that really sort of piqued my interest, even though I only had a brief sort of foray with it, was Dying Light. And now Dying Light 2 is going to be at E3! Yay! And Square Enix is going to make that happen. Warner Brothers obviously did the first one, and looks like Square Enix did the second one. It'll be interesting to see. I wonder if they're going to go all, Japanese anime parkour rather than just the normal regular sort of zombie apocalypse parkour. Interesting to see.
No, I saw this, or at least I saw some of the stuff that they had at E3 when I went last year for this, and they had, folks in zombie cosplay and big posters up and stuff like that. No, I don't see this being, modified into an anime style thing. They're sticking with the original art style and whatnot. But this one is kind of neat. Takes place 15 years after the original. Quite a bit larger on the map size. And the things that you do within the world actually affect how the world develops. So that ought to be kind of neat to see how those changes affect the gameplay.
Sure, I have nothing more to add to it, honestly.
Alright, and next up, It Lurks Below. This is a game recently, well, just within the last few days, released onto Steam, and it is by a former Diablo developer. I guess he'd also worked on Diablo 1, Diablo 2, Hellgate London, a few other things. This is a 2D action RPG platformer with random generated dungeons that you go down into. It's almost... It's got a real blocky kind of Minecraft style to it, but it's in 2D. Looks like fast and frenetic, so I don't know if you like 2D platformers or you want to see what one of the original Diablo devs was up to. You can find it on Steam.
Now, I do like myself a 2D platformer. I mean, case in point, look at Unbound.
That one's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, that's not just Unbound, though, right? There's quite a few 2D platformers out there. I'm just pulling a name out the hat, and Unbound first came to mind.
We had some fun with Bacon Man, too.
Oh, yeah. Bacon Man, yeah. That was a lot of fun. Look, it's 2D platformers, I like them because it does remind me of nostalgia, sort of Mario, sort of Super Brothers, right? That's what it reminds me of. But it's different, and it's not Mario. So that's why I like these sort of 2D platformers. And there's a lot of them out there, and there's a lot of platformers doing very different things, and this is why I like them. Honestly, they're good. I like them.
Well, and I saw in the trailer it has a beholder, so that's a plus for me. And speaking of old school RPGs, are you a Bioware fan? Because if you are, so you might get a chance to play some of those classic Bioware games on console. It looks like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, as well as Baldur's Gate Siege of Dragonspear, Icewind Dale, Planescape Torment, all are coming out on the 24th for PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. And then when I say 24th, I should say September 24th. And then a couple months later, on December 3rd, Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition will be coming out on those same platforms.
Now, you see, this is it. Right, this is it. I remember playing the first Baldur's Gate on the PlayStation 1. No, PlayStation 2. Was it PlayStation 2? PlayStation 2, right. I'll recorrect myself there. PlayStation 2. Baldur's Gate 2 on the PlayStation 3? God, that's going back some. That is pulling at some serious freaking straws. And I had a mate of mine, Gav. Now, we ran around Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 over in France when we had a couple of whiteouts over in the Alps. And those games kept us going, bro. Oh, man, we were hammered out of our heads, drinking all sorts of French gorgeousness, and I tell you what, playing Baldur's Gate just got us through those like weeks of whiteout thanks to the high winds and the snows and whatever. A lot of fun, and I will be spending my money buying those games because guess what? My missus loves them as well, so it's basically a free license for me to go ahead and buy the game because, my missus likes Shadows Awakening and a Baldur's Gate. Well, you can't beat a good Baldur's Gate game.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I could argue the point, I guess. Baldur's Gate was good for what it was at the time. I much more enjoyed things like Icewind Dale, Neverwinter Nights when they came out. And, man, I don't even know if I can put a number on the amount of hours I spent playing Neverwinter Nights and, downloading different dungeons and stuff like that people had made. So, yeah, no, that's cool that folks on the newer consoles, or I should say current gen consoles, are going to get a chance to play those. And last up today, straight out of Rumorville, the story that I saw broke first on, I think it was Kotaku, was the first place I saw it break. But Larian Studios sent out an image, just a simple graphic with the number Roman numeral 3 on it, very stylized. And some people were, I guess, originally thinking that might be them saying that they're working on the next Divinity Original Sin. But folks are now starting to think, based on the artwork, that this is Baldur's Gate 3.
Now, you see, I agree with that one. Baldur's Gate 3 is coming, bro. Baldur's Gate 3 is coming.
So you might get a chance to play the old games and refresh your memory before the new one comes out.
I do hope that's the case. And, those old games launching at that time does make me think, the nostalgia is going to be there, the want for a third version is going to be there, and Christmas relief, Baldur's Gate 3, yay! I'll be spending my money on that, yes please.
Well, hopefully we'll hear something about that at E3.
Let's hope not.
Why not? If they make the announcement at E3, then you might actually know when the game's coming out.
No, look, listen, seriously, E3 really is, I don't think, needs to be addressed in the way it's been addressing. If you want to make a big splash, you might want to go to a Gamescom. You know, G pointed out a few days ago quite correctly that a Gamescom, you know, hammers a lot more people than what E3 does. So, yeah.
Well, and that, yeah, considering Larian is a European studio, if I remember correctly, that might be more likely for them to show at Gamescom then.
That's my thinking. But there's no harm in doing something at E3 if you want to increase your budget a little bit. But yes, I'm actually quite excited. I do think it's a Baldur's Gate 3. It does have the whiff about it.
Well, folks, thanks for sticking with us through the news again this afternoon, or this evening, as Bam said. Hopefully we managed to round up a couple of things that you were currently unaware of. So appreciate you sticking with us. As always, the like, thumbs up, all that fun stuff is much appreciated. And till next time, this is Drac, and I'm out.
Yes, guys, from myself, Bam Havoc, thank you very much for listening to us, Bleed Your Ears Dry. Draconis, I'd like to thank you for inviting me for this little chat about news. Please, you can invite us along more often, you know.
Will do.
Cheers, guys. Much love. TTFN.